company is coming. We don't get much chance to use this fancy eating room.
No, Jethro and Paul uses most of to play what you call pool. I don't see much sport in it myself.
Well, what can you expect from a game that you play on the dining room table?
You reckon I ought to set 8 places? Is it for sure Miss Flat and Miss Scruggs is a-coming?
Well, we know that Lester's bringing his wife, but we don't know for sure about Earl. But you better set a place for Louise, just in case.
Yes, ma'am. Where about you want Jethro's plate?
Put him up at the end yonder there. When he goes to eating, I don't want the company in bruising range of his elbows.
How's it going, girl?
Jed, why ain't you on your way to the airport? You're going to be late picking up Lester and Earl.
Well, according to Jethro, we got plenty of time. He says he's got a new way to get there.
I wouldn't trust no shortcut if that eating machine picked it out.
Well, this ain't no shortcut. He says he got something new he put on the truck.
What is it, Paul?
I don't know yet, Ellie. I think he wants to surprise me with it. But he says it's going to be a real time saver.
This here's a surprise I've been working on.
Looks kind of like a windmill.
I call it my traffic jam jumper. Hop in, I'll show you how it works.
Well, now, boy, we don't want to be late meeting Lester and Earl's plane.
That's where this rascal's gonna come in handy. Suppose we was driving down the freeway, and there's a big traffic jam up ahead. We don't sit there and fret and fume.
What do we do?
Throw this out of gear, throw this into gear, give this a yank. Here we go.
We're leaving the ground.
That's the whole idea. We just fly right on over that traffic jam.
He's up in the air, all right, but how do we move ahead?
Guess I forgot to figure that out.
Did you figure out how we get down?
Oh, yeah, that's easy. Just shut off the engine.
What do you suppose that was?
We best go see.
Well, other than that, what do you think of it?
I'll tell you later. Right now, I got to get somebody out to that airport.
Oh, Ralph, I haven't been able to find Mr. Drysdale. Will you tell him I have to rush out and do something for the Clampetts, and I'll explain when I get back. I hope it isn't too breezy back there, Mrs. Flatt.
Oh, no. I was all prepared to ride in the Clampetts' truck. This is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, mighty nice of you too, Miss Hathaway.
Yes, ma'am. We sure do appreciate it.
My pleasure. I'm a great fan of your music. Unfortunately, I don't get to hear you very often.
I tell you what, we'll be doing a couple of numbers as soon as we get to Jed's place.
Yeah, Granny always makes us sing for her supper.
You're sure invited for listening and, like as not, eating too.
Oh, I wish I could accept, but I'm afraid I have to dash right back to the office.
Oh. Well, why don't you boys do a number 4 right now?
How about it, Lester?
Oh, that would be an imposition. I couldn't ask you to perform in an open car.
We've played in worse places.
And for smaller audiences.
Margaret, I've asked you not to call me on this car telephone. It's for business. All right, dear. What have the Clampetts done now? Saw them where? What? In their what? Margaret, trucks do not fly. All right, dear, go back to your bridge club. I'll do something about it. I'll get her a new psychiatrist. Talk about obsessions. Now she thinks those hillbillies hover in the air. Oh. Get me Crestview 67399.
How about you girls joining in?
Well, I'm game if you are.
Lester doesn't think I'm much of a singer.
Now, Gladys, I never said that.
Well, why don't you let me go out on the road with you and perform then?
Well, darling, that's because you don't sing her kind of song.
If you let me sing my kind of...
Here we go. Everybody in the same key now. Little Brown Jug.
You and me, little brown jug, I love thee. You and me, little brown jug, I love thee.
What do you mean Miss Hathaway isn't there? I left her in charge. Well, ring her office again. Well, ring the secretarial pool. Isn't that Miss Hathaway coming towards us?
I believe it is, sir.
Well, there's a couple of fellas in the car. And another girl. They're singing. She's out on a date while my bank goes to pot. What? You bet I've got a message for her. She's fired.
You and me, little brown jug, follow me.
I'm sorry, Louise couldn't come along.
Oh, so was she, Granny, but one of us had to stay and look after things, and she volunteered.
Well, it was nice of her to let you have the cooking lesson.
Another cooking lesson?
Didn't she show you my letter? I told her that this time I was going to learn you city girls everything. From pickling pig's knuckles to making hog's head cheese. And he's going to start with butchering the hog.
Oh, thank you for watching my desk, Miss Murray. Any messages?
Just this one.
You may return to the secretarial pool. I'll call. This says I'm discharged.
Yes. Everybody's sorry to see you go. We started taking up a little collection for you.
Oh. I'm sure this is some sort of... Oh, if this is somebody's idea of a joke, I don't...
Oh, Miss Murray, will you... Well, if it isn't the playgirl of the Commerce Bank.
Chief, what is the meaning of this?
Well, let me see if I can translate it for you. Discharged. That means fired. Canned. Sacked. I need employees who are trustworthy and obedient. Wait in my office.
Yes, sir.
I don't need employees who skip out the minute my back is turned.
Chief, if you're referring to my absence from the bank...
I'm referring to you joyriding along Whittier Boulevard with that flashy blonde and those two Texas beer salesmen. You and me, little brown jug. Oh, what a double life you lead. Trim, prim Miss Hathaway in the office. And the minute my back is turned, it's Happy New Year.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale, if I am to be turned out without a hearing?
Without a hearing? Everybody along Whittier Boulevard gave you a hearing. You and those off-key butter and egg men.
Before I leave, I think you should know that my passengers were Mr. and Mrs. Lester Flatt and Mr. Earl Scruggs. Dear friends of Mr. J.D. Clampetts, at whose request I picked them up at the airport. Goodbye.
Come back to your desk. Can't you expect a little joke?
I don't consider it a joke to be humiliated in the eyes of my fellow employees. Why, they even took up a contribution for me.
Oh, really? Well, let's see. 53 cents. I tell you what, if you stay, I'll make it an even buck.
Your generosity is overwhelming. But if this is my reward for 10 years of faithful service... No, thank you!
No, wait! That's only the beginning. From now on, you don't have to work Sundays. And you can take a full 20 minutes for lunch every day. And no more working late. I promise you'll be out of here by 9 o'clock every night.
Thank you, Ella Mae, but my wife Gladys is real fond of singing. I'm going to ask her to do a number for us.
Oh, you don't want to hear me?
Yes, please.
But I'm not a performer. I'm not even prepared or anything.
Come on.
Well, all right. I'll try. What do you think I should do, boys?
How about that song you've been rehearsing for 2 weeks?
Yeah, that one you bought that spatial new dress for.
All right, boys. But I think the lighting and the acoustics are better in the entrance hall. Oh, and fellas, on your accompaniment, I'd like you both to be playing guitar. And when we get to the rubato strain on the reprise, glissando into the major seventh, and we'll take it moderato on the subdominant, okay?
There she goes with that music school talk again.
Yeah, I wish I knew what it meant.
Me too, Lester, me too.
We didn't know Gladys was a singer.
This is gonna be a real treat.
I'll say.
Yeah, boy.
Now, don't go to getting your hopes up. Gladys is a sweet woman, and she tries hard. But she ain't never gonna be no Minnie Pearl.
Nobody till somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. You may be king, you may possess the world and its gold, but gold won't bring you happiness when you're growing old. The world still is the same, we'll never change it. Just as sure as the stars shine above, you are nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody to love.
Shall I fetch your truck around now, Granny? It's all fixed.
All right.
Now, you see what I mean, Jed? She's got a pleasant voice, but it just ain't got no power to it.
She wants to go on the road with us and sing at fairs and such.
Why, you'd never hear her over the livestock, Judge. Chickens cackling and pigs squealing would plumb drown her out.
Well, this is the prettiest dress I ever did see.
Oh, thank you, Ellie.
But take my advice, Gladys. Don't wash it in hot water no more. It's pretty near shrunk off you now.
All right, Granny, I'll be careful.
Well, you better change. This ain't no dress to wear walking around the stockyards.
Stockyards?
Jethro's gonna drive us down to pick out the hog to butcher.
Granny, I thought maybe once you heard me sing that you might want to forget about the cooking lessons.
Oh, no, honey. Just 'cause you ain't a world beater at one thing don't mean you can't do another.
Hey, what have you done to the truck, Jed?
Well, that's Jethro's doing. He ain't got enough to keep himself busy, so he's took up inventing. He calls that his traffic jam jumper.
I got that moving ahead problem licked, Uncle Jed. Now I got rocket power.
Jethro, Gladys has decided to stay here and let us go pick out the hog.
Okay, let's go.
What's all this stuff?
Get in, I'll show you. Let's say we's going down the freeway. And all of a sudden, there's a big traffic jam up ahead. Well, we don't sit there and sweat and fume.
What do we do?
Watch. I throw this out of gear, throw this into gear, give this a yank, and here we go. Hang on, Granny!
Ain't that kind of dangerous, Jed?
Could be, yes. Granny! Don't let him turn off the key!
You what?
Turn off the key!
Smokey!
Like I said, the boy ain't got enough to keep himself busy.
Same thing the next time you get me in that car, you get me.
Granny, where are those pone sticks I just baked?
Oh, I put them out back to cool.
Oh, how did they taste?
I don't know, honey. They were too hot. Come on, Gladys. Let's get to the pig knuckles.
Oh, Granny, do I have to? I love Lester, and I want to please him. But I'm just no good at making these country dishes.
Well, I could learn you to cook a city dish, like beaver casserole.
Beaver casserole? That's a city dish?
Specialty of the house in the hotel dining room in Bug Tussle.
Well, actually, I don't want to take cooking lessons at all. What I want more than anything in life is to sing.
You really got your heart set on it, ain't you?
Yes, I have. I love it.
All right. Take off your apron.
Oh, thank you.
I'll give you a singing lesson.
Well, on second thought, every wife should know how to cook something for her husband.
Yeah, Lester, you got yourself a problem. A woman as pretty as Gladys would likely be a big drawing card in fairs, rodeos.
Oh, she's pretty, all right, and sweet as sorghums, but...
You know, Lester, I've been thinking, maybe if Gladys had sang right into a microphone and we turned the volume up as high as it'd go...
Oh, it ain't just her voice, Earl. She just won't want to learn no proper song.
She don't?
Oh, I've tried my best to get her to sing Stompin' the Clover, Sweet Nellie, and The Sinking of the Titanic.
And she don't want it?
Oh, she wants to sing songs like Stardust, Night and Day, and Smoke Gets in Your Eyes.
I never heard of them.
Well, you see what I'm up against.
I do for a fact.
Well, cheer up, Lester. Maybe Granny will teach her to cook so good she'll want to stay home in the kitchen.
I sure hope so. Say, Jed, what kind of wood is this? I've dulled 3 blades just to try and whittle it.
Me too.
It is tough, ain't it?
Yeah, where'd you get these?
I found them laying on the bench.
Hi.
Darling, how's the cooking lessons coming along?
Just fine, Lester. I already baked some corn pone sticks.
Well, ain't that dandy?
They're my favorites.
How about a taste?
All right. Granny put them out here to cool.
Mr. Drysdale's been calling you from the bank.
Let him call.
Well, ain't you working there no more?
I am happy to announce that I have terminated my affiliation with that penurious martinet.
Oh, still at the bank, huh?
Ellie, thanks to Mr. Flatt and Mr. Scruggs, I am about to become a balladeer, a troubadour, an interpreter of the true ethnic idiom.
They got you a promotion, huh?
That's funny. I can't find them. Have you seen anything of them?
Not me. Have you, Earl?
Me neither.
I bet you the birds got them. And the squirrel.
Oh, gee.
It ain't safe to leave anything that good around outside.
Too bad, Gladys.
Don't you worry, Lester. I'll go right back and bake some just for you.
Oh, Gladys, are you sure you wouldn't like to learn Stompin' the Clover, Sweet Nellie?
Oh, no, Lester. That's not my kind of music. I like sophisticated songs.
Well, then, how about the wreck of the old 97? Do it for her, fellas.
Jed, we'd rather not do one of them sad songs.
Would you rather eat one of them corn sticks?
Greetings, all.
Hi, Jane.
Hey,
Here you are, gentlemen. I am ready for my audition. Your husband has invited me to journey to Nashville and join them in interpreting the folk music of our land.
Oh, well, isn't that sweet of my husband? He's never invited me to do that.
Honey, like I said, it's because you can't do her kind of music.
Who says I can't?
Well, then it's because you don't want to.
Who says I don't want to?
Well, and,
Here we go. The wreck of old 97. Let her go, Lester.
all they gave him his orders. Monroe, Virginia, Steve, you're way behind time. It's not 38, but it's old 97. You must put her in Spencer on time.
Sing one, Miss Jane.
He turned around and said to his fireman, a shovel in a little more coal. And when we cross this big wide mountain, you can watch old 97 a roll.
Come on, Gladys, now show us what you can do.
The mighty rough road from Lynchburg to Danville, it's lying on a 3-mile grade. It was on that grade that he lost his air brakes, and you see what a jump he made.
Compass, of course, Jed.
Going down grade, making 90 miles an hour, his whistle began to scream. He was found in a wreck with his hand on the throttle.
To the launching pad.
The what?
The launching pad. I promised Jethro I'd light his rockets first.
Well, wait a minute.
Well, I can't, Paul. Jethro's in his countdown, ready to be shot into space. Where you going, Jed?
I'm going out to get Jethro.
Well, before you go, I got something to tell you.
Well, Jack, Granny, this is kind of important.
Now, so is this. Jethro has turned over a new leaf. No more putting windmills on the truck and trying to fly and such foolishness.
Yeah, Granny, I'm afraid it's kind of...
Now, listen to me, kid. I don't often get a chance to speak good of Jethro. But he was up at the crack of dawn this morning plucking chickens for me.
Yeah, well...
He plucked 27 chickens. I got him in the icebox in the freezer.
I'll see you.
T-minus 20 seconds. Light the matches. T-minus 15 seconds. Light the skyrocket. T-minus 10 seconds and count.
Jethro.
Talk to you when I get back down, Uncle Jed. 8, 7.
Well, how you gonna get back down?
Glide on these wings.
They work?
Well, I hope so. 5, 4.
Well, I'm glad to see you wearing a parachute.
What parachute? This is my lunch. 2, 1, 0. Stop! Doggone it, I must have had a power failure.
Yeah, now, step down, boy. I want to talk to you.
It took 27 chickens to make them wings.
Yeah, I know. Ellie Mae, honey, take them matches back up to the house and help your granny. I want to have a talk with Jethro. Sit down, boy.
Want some lunch, Uncle Jed?
No, thanks.
Thought you said you didn't want none.
Boy, how were you going to eat all that stuff up there in the air wearing them wings?
Well, I'd have figured that out. I got an awful quick mind. But that's one reason why I was cut out to be an astronaut.
You got another reason?
Heck yeah, lots of them. Uncle Jed, this country's in what you call a space race. And spells like me that's going to win it.
Well, ain't no finer reason than doing it for your country.
Yeah, it's mostly for my country, but there's something in it for me, too.
Like what?
Like glory. Them astronauts gets a hog trough full of glory.
I see.
Presidents calls them on the phone, gets put on television, pictures in the paper, ticker tape parade, big hug and a kiss by your wife.
You ain't got no wife.
I know. I'm gonna be the first single fella to get all that glory. Them girls gonna be hanging around me thicker than cats at a fish fry, scrapping with one another. See who gets to hug me first. Strap them rockets on me. I want to get up in space and back down quick.
Now, hold on there, boy.
What for?
It seems to me you got a little more planning to do.
Heck no. I'm ready. Think where I go?
quicker I commence getting that glory.
Well, that's just it. You do it like this, and you're going to miss it.
What you mean?
Well, who's going to know you've been up in space besides Ellie and me and whoever you hit when you come down?
Yeah, I see. Maybe I ought to have more of that, what you call a publicity, newspapers, television and all, huh?
That's right. This is a big, important thing. Don't forget, there's been 27 chickens done laid down their lives.
Yeah.
Let's talk this over with somebody like Miss Jean. Don't forget, she's awful smart about such things.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Clampett, but Miss Hathaway's no longer here. Yes, she quit, walked out, deserted me.
Mr. Drysdale, you fired her.
Out! Yes, Mr. Clampett, it was a cruel blow to me. After all I've done for that girl, she left me high and dry.
Is that a fact? Well, now, if there's anything we can do to help you, just let us know.
Thank you, thank you. It means a lot to know that someone is still loyal to me. Meanwhile, I'll struggle on alone. Bye.
Mr. Drysdale?
Oh, listen, Miss Murray, get Miss Hathaway on the phone. Plead with her. Beg her, promise her anything, only get her to come back. I need her. She's my right arm.
That's what I started to tell you. She just walked in.
Oh? Came crawling back, did she? Not so fast. You think you can just walk in here and plunk yourself down at your old desk, eh? Well, I've got news for you. I might not take you back.
I've got news for you. I'm not coming back.
Huh?
I simply dropped by to clean out my desk. Goodbye.
Wait. Can't you tell when I'm joking? Where's your sense of humor? Now, come on, sit down and go to work. And I won't even dock you for the half day you missed.
Mr. Drysdale, I was unjustly accused of neglecting my duty, summarily discharged, and replaced without even a chance to defend myself.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, I think perhaps this has all happened for the best. I have always wanted to pursue a career as a folk singer, and now I shall.
You a singer? Now, wait a minute. I think you're great. Didn't you hear me applaud?
I heard you laugh.
Well, that's because I'm happy. Now, I've got a great idea. You can give folk singing concerts right here at the bank.
Oh, really?
Yes. Every Friday after work, we'll herd all the employees into the basement, and we won't let them go home until they've listened to you sing. Oh, wait. Miss Hathaway, if you'll stay, I'll give you a $5 raise, effective immediately.
I presume you mean $5 a month.
No, I mean $5 a year. Now, wait a minute, listen. That can add up. 50 years, that's $250. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Clampett. Yes, I'm still very upset about Miss Hathaway.
Well, cheer up. I got good news. Ellie Mae is coming down as secretary for you.
Ellie Mae? Well, I'm not sure she can handle it.
Don't worry. If she can't, Granny will pitch in with her. Bye.
Miss Hathaway, wait! I'll make that raise $750 a year!
Well, Miss Jean, come in.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett.
I see you toting the guitar.
Yes, I am no longer working at the Commerce Bank.
Yeah, Mr. Drysdale told me about that. He's right upset with you.
He's upset with me?
Downright grudgeful.
Well, I should like to say that Mr. Melvin Drysdale is a vindictive, avaricious despot.
Well, I'm glad to see you got no hard feelings against him. Makes me feel better about the whole thing.
Me too. Oh, by the way, are Mr. Flatt and Mr. Scruggs about?
Well, no, Miss Jane. They left for home for Nashville this morning.
Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping to play some of the songs I'd worked up for my act.
Well, you're in earnest about this singing business, ain't you?
Oh, yes, indeed, Mr. Clampett. It has long been my secret ambition to interpret the folk music of our land. Onga-dinga-die, oh, sand upon the mountain, frogs and fiddle jumpers sing to the moon. Press, bronze, bottle, bio, arcano, pickle, pickle, do.
Not a call for that, is it?
Oh, yes, indeed. Folk singers are all the rage today. Some of them become public idols. Personally, of course, I am not interested in the glory.
There's glory in it, huh?
For those who reach the top.
Tell me, Miss Jane, do you reckon Jethro could plow any kind of a rut at all with that folk singing?
Jethro? I didn't know he was interested.
Well, I'm kind of hoping he might be. You see, here lately, he's been fooling around with...
Dog, my publicity getter's here. Howdy, Miss Jane. Sure, I'm glad to see you.
Thank you, Jethro.
I stopped off at the television station to show them my stuff, and they treated me like I was some kind of a nut.
Oh, you took Ellie to the bank first?
Heck yeah. I was glad to get rid of her and her critters. Miss Jane...
Critters?
Yeah, she took along a whole mess of them just so she wouldn't be lonesome. Miss Jane...
Well, boy, how did that set with Mr. Drydale?
I don't know. I dropped Ellie and the whole mess off out front.
Yeah, I better give him a call. Excuse me. Oh, boy, Miss Jane's got an idea for you.
Are you going to help me get some of that glory?
Well, frankly, it depends upon how well you can sing.
Sing?
And hopefully accompany yourself on the guitar.
I'm going to have a hard enough time just eating lunch. Didn't Uncle Jed tell you? I'm going to be wearing these here wings when I get up there. Flapping and swooping around.
Jethro, you don't need a gimmick like this.
Well, I'm going to need something when these skyrockets burn out.
You're trying to fire rockets?
Well, yeah. Oh, just to get me started. Now, spread these here wings.
Jethro, dear boy, these are just cheap attention getters. If you have talent, you don't need them.
I don't?
Not at all. Oh, it may take you a little longer to reach the top, but when you hit, you'll be a much bigger smash.
Mr. Drydale? Oh, this is Jed Clampett. I just wanted to make sure Ellie's critters wasn't being a nuisance to you.
Oh, no, not at all. I love the little thing, and lots of company.
Plenty more around here if you want them. Not right now. The goat had just had some what? Negotiable security. Wow. She's hard to please. You're lucky you found something she likes right off.
Mr. Clampett, come quickly. Jethro says he's going to rocket himself into space. He's on his way to the launching pad now for the countdown.
Talk to you later, Mr. Drysdale.
Well, so long, Granny. T-minus 10 seconds and count.
What are you doing on my table?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Blast off!
Where'd he go?
Ain't that pretty?
I wish it was night.
I think the boy's headed back, Granny.
Yeah, he'll be here in plenty of time for supper. Must be what he calls a splashdown.
How you feel, boy?
Miserable! That just ruined my lunch!
Ed, we gotta put a stop to that astronaut foolishness. Look how them rockets scorch Jethro's paint.
Well, Miss Jane is fixing to get him off on another track, Granny. The boy's just looking for a quick way to glory.
Well, if he ever comes down and misses that water, he's found it.
Where's Jethro?
Out drying off by my kittle fire. He'll be in directly.
Miss Jane, how would you like to stay and take supper with us? We're going to have stewed chicken.
He's gonna have chicken soup, and not much of that.
How come?
While he was drying, old Gobblejaw's done some snacking.
Well, I reckon flapping them wings around up there must have given him an appetite.
I can't believe that Jethro would actually rocket himself into the air and expect to fly.
That's all he can think about anymore. Ain't nothing in his head but space.
You can say that again.
Well, I didn't mean for it to come out the way it did. What I meant was the boy... I believe I let it stand.
Well, all dry now. Miss Jane, I didn't know there was women here.
I'll go get you some other pants.
Meanwhile, Jethro, let me urge you again to take up the guitar and
Well, forget it, Miss Jane. My next trip, I ain't taking up nothing but a parachute. Uncle Jed, I was so busy up there, I didn't even have a chance to eat.
How about that next trip?
We don't want you making it.
Oh, I got to, Uncle Jed. I sure didn't get no glory out of this one.
Well, I think Miss Jean has got an idea for you that beats after nothing.
Yes, Jethro, I have hopes of your becoming a folk singer.
A folk singer?
They get a heap of glory.
Yes, picture yourself performing on the stage, appearing on television, in nightclubs, making records, the idol of thousands of fans.
Mostly girls.
Really?
You're a star.
All right, I'll be one.
Yes, well, of course, first there is the little matter of,
Look who's here.
Howdy, Mr. Drysdale.
Howdy.
Hello, Miss Hathaway.
Hey, I'm gonna be a star.
Yeah, boy, you're going on television and everything.
Jethro?
Hey, Granny, give me my pants.
Oh, that's a great act. The boy's got a lot of talent. Miss Hathaway.
Are you fixing to stay for supper, Mr. Drysdale?
Wait, don't ask him till I see if the human silo left any soup.
Miss Hathaway, please come back to the bank.
What's the matter? Ain't Ellie doing a good job?
Oh, yes, wonderful, but I need Miss Hathaway, too.
sorry, Chief, that is ex-chief, but I have an appointment to audition for a theatrical agent.
Oh, please.
Well, now, don't fret, Mr. Drysdale. Like I said, Granny'd be glad to pitch in and help.
That's all I need.
Well, that's settled then.
Uncle Jed, can I borrow your Corton guitar?
Well, sure, boy. Miss Jean's going to audition for her agent. You can go along.
Well, let's go.
Just a moment. Jethro, you'll need preparation first. I'll talk to the agent about you. Meanwhile, practice. Bye.
No, wait!
Please.
I checked the chicken pot, Mr. Drysdale. There's plenty of soup. You can stay for supper.
No, I can't. I need you at the bank.
Well, then I better change. Where's he going?
Well, I reckon he couldn't wait. Jethro'll drive you down.
Oh, Miss Jane says I got to practice.
Practice what?
Folk singing. I'm gonna be a star.
Him?
Miss Jean thinks he can sing in front of a big audience. Sure be a lot safer than astronauting.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Everything's in a mess since Miss Hathaway left.
So I see.
Just can't find a replacement.
Where have you been looking?
Gilbert, you have a reputation for hiring cheap help, but isn't that overdoing it?
Oh, that's Bessie. She belongs to... Now, come into my office and I'll explain everything while you sign the contract.
No, thanks. If she typed it, I don't even want to read it. I'm going to start doing business with John Cushing. At least he hires high school kids.
Ellie Mae!
Ellie Mae, that goat eats securities. I told you to get her out of here.
Well, I did, Mr. Drysdale. I put her down in a vault, and now she's sick from eating too much money.
I'll just be a moment, and I assure you I'll give a much better performance with my own guitar.
Miss Hathaway, I think it's going to take a little more than your own guitar. Can't you come up with some kind of a gimmick?
Mr. Sherman, I am a singer of pure ethnic folk songs.
Well, right now, they're selling about as fast as used Edsels.
Hey, Miss Jane!
Oh, dear, I'm afraid this young man is going to want to audition for you.
What does he play, the electric wheelbarrow?
Wait till you hear this rascal, Miss Jane.
Oh, Jethro Bodine, Kingsley Sherman.
Oh, howdy.
Hi. Where'd you get that?
I made it myself. Kept busting the strings on my Uncle Jed's guitar, so I invented it. I call it the Bodine-phone.
What does it sound like?
Don't know. Ain't plugged it in yet. Come on inside and we'll try it out.
You wait right here. I'll get my guitar and we'll return to your office.
Are you kidding?
This may be just a gimmick we're looking for.
You can't be serious.
Listen, the #1 record today is a guy playing an electrified garden rake while his wife sings with her head in a rain barrel. I got it. Why don't you two work together? Teams are very hot right now. There's Sonny and Cher, Horace and Mabel, Mommy and Dad. Those are the ones with the garden rake hit. Maybe you heard of it. Claire de Lune.
Mr. Sherman, I refuse to be a part of any such travesty on music.
Well, if your style of singing ever comes back, I'll get in touch with you at the bank.
All set, Mr. Sherman. Got her plugged in.
Okay, kid, let's hear it.
Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling.
Oh, this guy is dynamite. If you two team up, you'll be bigger than Sonny and Cher. All you need is wigs and some goofy clothes.
Turn me off. Formulas. Got the juice.
He's even got a hit song. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. The fella from the record company is here. He wants to hear you two do your number again.
Uncle Jed, I ain't playing that bodina phone no more. I'm so full of electricity, I could spit sparks.
Hi, dog, and Miss Jane, that sure leaves you in a spot.
Yes, it does. If the team of Jane and Jethro breaks up, it means losing all this. I'm going back to work for that martinet, Mr. Drysdale.
Well, you better work fast. Half your team is fixing to shoot itself into space.
Yes, excuse me.
Miss Jane, ain't you going to stop him?
Stop him? I'm going to light his fuse.